Benson, Minnesota today. I'm going to do a demonstration on hooded booms, Redball hooded booms, and an identical sprayer without hoods. And what we're trying to illustrate today is that with certain miles per hour wind, just what kind of drift we're getting with hoods or without hoods. And so today we'll just go through and talk a little bit about the sprayers. These are just small 10-foot sprayers that basically use for utility. We make hooded sprayers from 10 feet up to 100 feet. And so basically this is just for illustration. We're going to take over to the Farm Progress Show here in a couple weeks. So what we have here is we have electric pump, supply of water, and we're using the Redball monitors like what would be on the 642E 3-point tractor mount sprayers. And so what we're doing here is just a 10-foot sprayer with hoods, and we're going to have a fan for wind on the back side, and then basically here we're going to use litmus paper to show or illustrate how much droplets and fine particles are coming off with hoods or with an open boom. So if we come over here to the open boom, basically what we've done is it's the identical sprayer, but we just left the hoods off. We put up a board for the show, and what we wanted to show was the miles per hour of wind. We've already done this demo here a little bit. Boom height 24 inches, not to exceed. What would be on the labels for dicamba and some other chemistries perhaps. We're using an AI XR 110-03 tip, and we've got it running at 30 psi. So if we come over here, and if you look at this here, the hooded boom, basically we've set up the same type of thing. Well, I'll bring you around back to the sprayers. And what we're doing here, we're trying to create wind at the show. So we've got a fan running on both units, as you can see here, on this one here and here. And this illustration is set up as if you had a trailing wind, and it can be any different direction to wind from, but we just had to set it up in one direction or the other. The rear wind curtains on a Redball hood are longer, and actually are meant to trail and rub on the crop. So what we're looking at here today is that the concrete is our target area, just like you would have for a canopy of crop. And so that's why the hoods, wind curtains are set here. If you come around to the front, ideally what you want is that the front wind curtains are your height gauge for your hoods. You want your crop to be running about 1 inch up from the bottom of the wind curtain in all cases. So what you're doing is you're getting just a good seal of the hood compared to an open boom where the spray pattern is all open for the wind to catch, move particulates, and move them wherever the wind may take them. Now what we've done for the demonstration is basically we've cut holes in the hood and just put a piece of plexiglass so we can change tips and just look at the spray pattern if they wanted to. So what we're going to do now is Jerry's going to turn on the pump, and we're going to run the sprayers for approximately 30 seconds and see what kind of particles of moisture move from the spray boom on over to the litmus paper. Now you'll see here on the monitor on the hoods, right here, basically this is showing you that there is liquid going through the hooded sprayer. Just like over here, you have the same thing where the ball in the Redball monitor is going through and just showing you that there's liquid coming through the sprayer and that we're running at 30 psi. So when we get done here with the 30-second demonstration, what I want to do is to show you the amount of mist or particulate that has moved from the open sprayer or hooded sprayer. Basically that under these conditions we had wind speed of 17 miles per hour, which we're artificially making perhaps with the fan, boom height of 24 inches, an AI XR 110-03 spray tip at 30 psi. So this here is what you have basically for 30 seconds on a litmus paper. You can see where the wind it bent it over, so it's mostly covered on the bottom side of it. Now let's go over to the litmus paper in front of the hooded sprayer, and let me grab the other one here for illustration. And basically what you've got is 30 seconds with the hood, 30 seconds with an open boom. Here again, 30 psi, AI 11003 XR in both cases. The only difference is using the Redball hooded sprayer here and basically an open boom here. So you can see the number of particles that could be lifted up into the air and travel X distance. Now, I think that pretty well covers it. Really what we're trying to illustrate is that the enclosure of the Redball hood, if you run it properly, can contain a lot of small particles as well as large particles. And so with the containment of the small particles, you're less apt to get them up into the airflow and basically move downwind. So you can just see the difference here if you were to use a hooded sprayer around sensitive crops of whatever chemistry you're putting out, and or an open boom. So that is it for today, and I'd just like you to remember basically who we are. We're the original Redball broadcast hooded boom, Wilmer Fabrication. We're located in Benson, Minnesota. If you go to wilmerfab.com, we have YouTube videos and other illustrations, and please come see us at the Farm Progress Show or at the Maggie Show here in the next 2 weeks.